Underground Bunker. Hey, it's your proprietor. It's our first video of 2023. It's Monday, January 2nd. It's a beautiful day out here at Kensico Dam. Wanted to check in with you about the first couple of stories we posted this year. First of all, for our subscribers, I hope you enjoyed Group Therapy, our first episode. Conversation with some of our favorite bunker denizens. Hearing really nice things about it. I think it's definitely something that was missing, and we really wanted there to be something fun for the subscribers at tonyortega.substack.com. But the stories that are for everybody, one of the things we're trying to do always at the website is get some sense of what's going on inside a very secretive organization. Mike Rinder does a particularly good job at his website getting out documents to show the latest issues with staffing and recruiting and fundraising. It's always really interesting what he posts. We got a couple of fun items to start off the new year that I thought provide a really interesting look at what's happening. In particular, today's video from the Buffalo Ideal Org, which is just, oh my goodness, so cringeworthy. I don't know what these people thought they were doing. They made a little video about what it would be like if there were some actual customers at the org. Really? I mean, imagine, I don't know, it's just the looks we get inside this completely empty building, which cost them millions and millions of dollars to put together. And, they're just fantasizing, gosh, what it would be like if we actually got some people coming in here and taking a course. Wow, what an admission. I mean, we've heard this about these ideal orgs. If you're new to this whole thing, back in 2003, David Miscavige came up with this new strategy. Mike Rinder suggested to me that it actually had something to do with Tom Cruise, that Cruise was embarrassed about taking a friend to the Tampa org at that time that was really kind of shoddy. And they had to replace one in Buffalo anyway because of an eminent domain issue then. So as long as they were making a new org, Miscavige came up with this idea that they're going to make it a lot nicer. They're going to make it ideal. And he's been doing this around the world ever since, tearing down perfectly fine orgs and replacing them with these very expensive, elaborate cathedrals that, the first year they're open. And we had the insider. This was a really interesting current member of Scientology. Give us a long explanation of how this all works, that they do spend the first year trying to make it look like that new org is doing a great job bringing in new people, and they staff it up real heavy and do a lot of recruitment. But after that first year, these things just go quiet. I mean, we see evidence of it all the time, but wow, this video out of the Buffalo org, that's pretty good. I mean, when you're making videos fantasizing about actually having a customer come in the door, I mean, that's pretty bad. But on the flip side was the other story we posted, and that was from the Scientology Overshare. Love this woman. She's great. She's going through the bridge, and she's somebody still got some fireworks left over from New Year's Eve, I guess. But anyway, the Overshare is going up the bridge and can't help herself. She's always sharing these videos and things about how she's doing with the rest of the world. And the most recent thing she did was share that she's now patron. She doesn't strike me as somebody that's got a lot of extra money, but she's managed to give to Scientology $50,000 to get a nice little plaque saying that she's now a patron of Scientology. And she was very excited about that and shared it with everybody. But the reason why I found it particularly interesting was she had a nice little explanation for why she would go through this, and it's not easy for somebody like her. I'm sure she's actually paying monthly to make these donations, but she explained it, and it was really interesting to see. She believes she's making the world a better place by giving David Miscavige $50,000 that he's going to turn around and use to create more of these empty buildings, pay private investigators to stalk people, pay lawyers to litigate against Scientology's enemies. But she has convinced herself that this somehow is making the world a better place. So I thought that was important for us to keep in mind. Scientology's hurting, there's no question. The Buffalo video is just one of many pieces of evidence that prove it. But we also need to keep in mind that people that are still in, they still believe that they are saving the planet. And it's really hard to convince them otherwise. So, I don't know, just a couple of interesting things to start out the new year. And please, if you're seeing this on YouTube, sign up for free emails at tonyortega.substack.com. You'll see these stories I'm talking about. You can watch our videos, hear our podcasts, all ad-free. And we're real glad to add this new podcast, Group Therapy, for our subscribers. So, all right, the year's starting out great. Glad to see you. From Kensico Dam, somewhere in New York, this is your proprietor signing out.